hair is crazy tonight. I'm not really sure. This is an unplanned video. Again, I don't know if these will ever get posted, but this is unplanned. I have no pre-thought of what I want to say. I'm just really struggling today. And I want to cry just saying that. And I don't know why. Some days I'm just so frustrated with myself. Why can't I just get over it? It's not like I have people telling me, oh, just get over it, you know? But I'm mad at myself because it seems like I'm trying to hold on to something that isn't there, maybe even wasn't there. I don't know. I'm mad at myself for trying to fight for it for so long. And I still do. The stupid thing is, people ask me if he were to come back, would I take him back? Would I get back together with him? The sad part is I would say yeah. I would say yeah. But we both would have to make a lot of changes. There would have to be a lot of heavy conversations and probably continue to go to counseling, and I would need an apology. And I owe him one. I've given many apologies though, and it's just, that's not something he does. So it just would mean a lot if I could get an apology, but I'm not holding out hope for that. I'm not gonna put myself in that kind of hurt because there's already enough. But today I don't know why I'm struggling. Maybe because it's his birthday in 2 days. In 2 days. Our daughter is 2 months today. His birthday is in 2 days, and I'm sitting here still wanting to do something for him. And it makes me feel dumb. Because why? My birthday's gonna come around and he's not gonna do jack shit. He doesn't give a fuck about my life or what goes on in my life anymore. But I'm sitting here still today at the fucking store. I saw this polo that I thought would look really cute on him. And I was like, oh, I get it as a gift, you know, it's just like $20. So I texted him, and he's recently lost like a lot of weight, like I have. And so I was like, are you a medium or a large now? Because it's definitely not an XL anymore. But he asked why, and I said, because I just need to know. And he goes, I don't want anything from you. For some reason, reading that in the text was like a shotgun to my temple. Just, I don't want anything from you. He doesn't want anything from me, and he doesn't want anything to do with me. From 23 to 31. It's a long time. I'm not really sure how he's able to just kind of make it look so easy. I can't say that it is or isn't for him. I don't know. I'm not in his head. I would like to think he misses me and that he does this as much as I do. But part of me is telling me that that's just not true. Because sadly, I think he checked out a long time ago. But was trying to protect my feelings. By not outright saying it and kind of dropping hints here and there, you know, thinking he's getting his point across, and apparently I was too dumb to notice. Everybody tells me it's not just your fault. It takes two people to make a marriage work, and it takes two people to make a marriage fall apart. But why does it feel like it's entirely my fault? There isn't anything that he's done. Sure, I think my affair happened because I didn't feel like I was getting what I needed out of our relationship, and it wasn't getting the support I needed in the moment. I felt very alone and a little resentful that he wasn't being empathetic to me at all. And I took all of that. It's not him doing that caused it. Because I don't think that was his intention. That's how it was coming off to me. And so I took my perception, my reality, and allowed it to help me make a decision that I'll probably regret for the rest of my life. Our kids are going to ask why we didn't stay married. Why mommy and daddy didn't stay together. What do I say? It's my fault. I know that's not what you really say, but you know. When my daughter, his stepdaughter, sorry, 8 years with her. She was like freshly one when we met. He pretty much helped me raise her. He wasn't there for her birth, but he helped me pay off the medical bill for it. She had to have silver caps put on her teeth, and he helped me pay for that. And he stepped up right away so much. He loved that little girl. There for a while, he was the only one that could get her to go to sleep. And that's, I think, when my heart knew that he was the one. Seriously, only him could put her to sleep. It doesn't matter if I was in the rocking chair. I could be doing the exact same thing as him, and it wasn't the same. Somebody who meets somebody like he did, and when he met me, that it was not a good time in my life. I wasn't exactly, you know, prime dating material. I mean, shit, I was already in a relationship, and yes, it was not going well, and if we hadn't gotten together, it would have ended either way. And we were engaged, and that's Libby's dad, but I don't think it would have lasted had I not met my husband. I think it just kind of sped that up. And I felt comfortable to leave because I had a backup plan. I had Andrew. I had the attention. I had the other person to lean on. So I could push off this one and lean on this one, and I'm not falling, right? So looking back all these months, self-reflecting, like that's all I've done on maternity leave. It's pretty much what I've done my entire life. My entire like relationship life, I should say. Like when it comes to romantic partners, it seems like I'm not the one to leave unless I have that other shoulder to lean on. And yeah, I've been left before, but it's different when it's your husband of 9 years with 3 kids, and I wasn't ready for this one. I was not ready. But I think that's kind of the point. I think the universe was getting ticked off at me that I wasn't learning the lesson. I think I was getting there, but it was like, I'm so shaky today. I think I was getting there, and the universe is like, come on, just understand it. And, you know, that one final, like, fine, we're going to make you understand this. And I understand it now. If you would have told me, hell, even a year ago, so the infidelity still had happened and everything, even if you told me a year ago that I'd be sitting here doing this in my own home because I got kicked out of our marital home, I would have told you you're crazy. I would have laughed. I would have laughed in your face. I had a lot of faith and investment into our relationship. I know he did too, but I think his stopped way before my, like, I feel like he's already grieved the death of our relationship these past 3 years, and now it's just finally him telling me, so it's my turn to grieve. And it sucks because it just looks like it's so easy for him. I don't wish him any harm. Like I don't want him to be sitting there crying. I don't want him to be having panic attacks. I don't want him to feel the way I feel, but seeing it as though he is perfectly fine, like nothing major has happened, like it's just another day every day, that's a different kind of pain. And yeah, he's pretty private person as far as like airing dirty laundry, like stuff that goes on at your home behind closed doors. He doesn't like to talk about with people, which isn't a bad thing. He's just a private person. And me, however, I think this is one of our other big problems, was I externally process all events or big things, big moments in my life, and shit, even the small ones. But so, and I externally process, and how I do it is go to my friends and my family, people I trust, and talked to them about it. And now he felt like I was talking shit. But to me, talking shit is demonizing the person and making them look, just trying so hard to make them look awful that you might even resort to lying and over exaggerate. And your intent is to, you're going in with the intent of making who you're talking to hate him. Now, to me, that's talking shit. When you go in saying, okay, I'm going to talk to my friend, and after we're done, she's going to hate him too. Like, that's talking shit. I always went in with the intention of, these are my friends. And one set was even like our friends, like it was another couple, and they've been married for a long time, longer than us. And that's the only reason I reached out to her or told her anything. He was really upset that I told her. And I'm not upset for him being upset, because he asked me not to tell anybody or to say anything to anybody. He wanted to handle it between me and him. And obviously, like, I think a few key people knew in my family, like my dad and stuff like that. But yeah, we just, yeah. So my intention going to my friends, especially that couple, was to get advice. They've been married longer. They have triplets. Their triplet was very, very sick shortly after he was born, if not right when he was born. I am so fuzzy on that story. It's been so long since she's but it's a gnarly story. I mean, it was cancer, it was the head, it was, are we gonna lose our child? It was heavy shit for them. And it was somewhat of, I think, a surprise pregnancy. And then, being told you're having 3 is, I'm sure that alone was enough to like be a lot. But so they've been through things, really emotional, hard things that you have to lean on your spouse for in those moments. And types of, like, they could have let that situation with their son and just, like, all that worry, all that pain, all that hurt, they could have let that, like, drive a huge wedge between them. And I can't say it didn't, because I'm not them. It doesn't seem to appear that way now. Like I said, then maybe it started to feel like that, but I wanted to learn that. I wanted to learn from them how to handle what was going on and not put a big rift between me and him. It just sucks, because a lot of the things he's upset about, which are valid, like 99% of them, my intentions were good. My intentions were good. It was never to, purposely upset him. Because I loved him. Why would I want to constantly upset him? That doesn't make sense. And there probably was times where I necessarily didn't have good or bad intentions. It just was like a subconscious reaction or something, but how it was perceived was, bad intentioned. I feel like I'm all over with this right now, but it's just what's going on in my head. It seems like right now he has both our kids, and then Libby's at her dad's. So when I'm home alone, this seems to happen a lot. That's when I recorded those other videos too. Like I've said before, I don't know if I'm going to post these. All I know is it helps me. So far, I've only showed them to my husband. And I wanted to be the one to share it with him, but somehow I put them on YouTube because I was going to like put them on YouTube. So I did put them on YouTube, but I had privacy settings so that only I could see it. I don't have any followers. Like it's a useless account, really. I just had it there. So when I was ready to start doing the series, to start really like committing to it, I was ready. Somehow, a mutual friend in the family and our businesses found them. I don't really know how, but that's not really the important part. It's the fact that they then shared it with Andrew, of course, and of course he wasn't happy about it. I had tried to share it with him multiple times prior to that. It's just the the videos were so long, it was too big of a file, so I was having trouble finding a way to get it to him. But so eventually he ended up seeing both of them, and I do want to do this series. I think it's going to be best if I wait till after the dust settles, after we've finalized our divorce, after we've figured out custody, after, we're in a routine, in a safe spot, and then me and him are also in a better spot than we are now. I think I'm gonna. Because I get it if the roles were reversed and he was making videos and putting them on the internet about me. I don't think I'd like it either. I don't. But that's why I go in with the intention in these videos to not try and paint him as a villain, a horrible person, because he's not. And everybody's like, oh, that's your Stockholm syndrome talking. Like that's the emotional abuse talking, your trauma bond with him, that he's not really a bad person. No, he's really not. We're two people who shared similar trauma, but very different trauma. Like the underlying parental trauma in their lives, let's just say that. We both had very negative experiences, and it's led to a lot of who we are today and how we handle things. And of course, like so I think that's how we connected at first, was like that mutual, like, yeah, we're both fucked up and I understand why you're fucked up and you understand why I'm fucked. We understood each other. But then you get closer and I want to do this series, but I'm not doing it to get revenge. I'm not doing it so everybody in this town knows what he did to me, type of thing. I'm doing it for myself, making them for myself, posting them. My intention is to reach people, other women, men, with other people in marriages, relationships, long-term relationships, like whatever, to either see them and learn from them, because they're blessed and those kinds of things aren't happening within their relationships, or unfortunately it is, and it could just comfort somebody who's going through the same thing. It could comfort them knowing, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not alone in that thought of like how I've been feeling. And I know this is all perspective from me as a woman in a marriage. So that it's very biased. But I'm just hoping the way I talk about things, I try really hard to just leave it neutral and not paint him as the bad guy and put in the anger and the things like I want to, because it's not necessary. This is about me learning from all of this and then me wanting to share what I've learned. It's not, like I said, it's not revenge. It's not to get my anger out. This is a healing thing for me. Like I said in, I think the first video, for some reason I had the idea of making vlogs or whatever the fuck they're called like this, and not really knowing what it would turn into, but I had the idea and then just kind of felt like I was being called to make them. There's something in the universe telling me that I needed to do this. I think having them up on YouTube prematurely wasn't a good idea. I mean, we're going through a divorce, and that's the last thing you need to be doing, because shit get really, really, really bad, that it looks bad me making videos. There's probably things that I say that he could use against me, not saying that he would, but it just wasn't a smart idea. But in my head, I still don't know how anybody found it. So, and it's just weird. But I took them down. And as of right now, my plan is to put them back up. My plan is to keep doing this. I don't know. I just want to help people. I've always wanted to help people, and not just like with my stories and my learned lessons, and not just this specific one, like my addiction, just so many things that I've always wanted to share my story so people know, even when you feel like you can't make it through it and like you're in the thick of it and you really see no way out, that you make it. I just want to help people. That's like one of my main personality traits. I want to share so people don't have to go through what I'm going through, because I don't wish these feelings on anyone. Not him, not my worst enemy, nobody. And it's also got me thinking like about my 2 girls. I don't ever want them to feel this way about themselves, or just like in any situation where this is where they're at, shaking, crying. But I know I can't control their life, and I can just help them grow as a person so that they can make those right choices, and still have fun. I want them to be, I want them to be girls, and I want them to grow up, and I want them to have fun, and in high school and in college, and, have those experiences that I didn't have. I always have said that I wish I would have done uh, sorority. I almost said fraternity. I'm like sitting here like, what's the female one? Like a sorority, or like, actually, I just went to like a community college for a couple years, and then there was a year where I did go to like a university, but I wasn't, it was in a different city completely, and so I wasn't comfortable enough to like look into that kind of thing. But while I was here, I really wish I would have gone to UNI, is the big college that we have here, University of Northern Iowa. I wish I would have taken a shot at that and joined a sorority or some sort of group, or got myself involved in something to make those long lasting friendships, because I had them from high school, don't get me wrong, but after high school, everybody kind of separates, and not everybody stays here, and you lose touch, and it's not a bad thing, it just happens. So when that happened for me, I was really left with no one that I felt extremely close to. And I don't want that for my girls. I want them to do things that me sitting here now looking back wish I would have done. Like, I want them to have those experiences. So maybe this can help somebody in some way. I mean, you could be a father and a husband watching this and share it with your spouse or child. I would recommend them be a lot older than like mine, like 6 and 9. But if you're gonna do that, please. I think that's common sense, but you never know. Like, you could be a male, female. Shit, I hope even dogs get something out. It's such a weird feeling not having that other thing to lean on. If it had happened to me in the past, which it had, I've been dumped and not had, the next thing lined up. That sounds awful. I mean, it is awful, but that sounded awful. But I was able to replace it quickly, like super quickly. So there was no time period of being alone and having to reflect. And I think that's part of the lesson that I'm learning. Because this time I'm sitting in it. I'm not actually actively going out and finding a replacement. I'm not trying to replace those feelings with substances or other people for that temporary feeling. I'm not trying to impulsively help heal myself. Like, I'm not being impulsive for once, which is a fucking insane. But I've learned to realize that because I haven't done that in the past, and it's gotten me here now, I have to learn to be alone, and that I'm gonna be okay. For some reason, I know I've always had a fear of being alone, but like, and I mean like alone as far as in like love and things like that. Yes, because I do have my children, and yes, I do love them, but I'm what I'm speaking of, like adult romantic like relationships. The love with your kids is different. And I don't know. It's just, it sucks that this is what it took to get me here, to learn that. But I did. I learned that for some reason, I didn't feel like impulsive. I didn't feel compelled to go fill the void for once. And I don't know why. I don't know if that's spirit or God or whoever you believe in, a higher power. If you believe, I don't know if that's their way of like calming me so that I can do this and go through this journey. Because honestly, the old me would have, the old me would have had it instantly. Anything not to do what I'm doing now, sitting in the pain and growing from it. And so I'm coming to realize that that's what I've been needing to do in order to heal, is just be alone and find myself again. You don't think you lose yourself in these kind of situations or in relationships until it's just yanked away from you. And like, now that it's been yanked away from me, I don't know. I don't have any like super long-term goals. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want out of life. I mean, I love my job, but it's not like something that's going to be like my lifelong career. I mean, I can get promoted and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know who I am. Because I've just, as a mom and a spouse and a sister, and just, and being the personality I have, I never sat down and took time for myself and put the energy that I was pouring into people's cups back into my own. And that's completely my fault. I don't think I saw it before until now. So I'm being able to do that right now is really cool. It fucking hurts like hell. But it's really cool. It hurts, but I can like see the purpose at the same time. So it's easier for me to be like, okay, no, Brittany, you have to sit with this. You have to sit through this bad night and, do what you got to do to get through it. But you have to sit through it because you got to find yourself. And I've always thought that sounded so stupid. Like, I really do. Self-love and take time for yourself, choose yourself, and like, it just sounds so cheesy. Like, I guess, I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Like, earlier this week, I was actually pretty proud of myself. I didn't have any other kids. And I was like, what am I going to do? Like, laundry's caught up. Like, I'm all unpacked. Like, really, there was nothing desperately needing done for once. And I was like, do I read a book? Like, what do I do? And then I was like, you know what? When I moved in, I told myself I'm going to start taking bubble baths in the bath again, like treating myself to bubble baths. And so that's what I did. I got out my bath bombs, my bath salts, the bubble bath itself, and got a nice hot bath ready, and turned off the lights in there and just had a candle going. And I chose not to play music just because that night I was doing a lot of reflecting. But I think going forward, I would probably choose to listen to either just like chill Zen music or, nothing like crazy emotion evoking music kind of type of thing, just to relax, But it was really nice. I think I stayed in there for about a half hour. I think I needed it. It felt really nice. It was getting out. I felt silly. I felt stupid. Like, what are you, 5, taking a bath? Like, you know, and also when I got in and, you know, it's dark and the candle light is how it makes the room look. That was really hard. I don't remember what birthday we were celebrating, but he's done amazing things for me throughout the years, especially for my birthdays. He's always made sure that I'm made to feel important. That's for damn sure. And one of them, he was giving me gifts the entire week of my birthday. Every day there was a certain amount of gifts, and at the end it equaled like 25. So like I think it was my 25th or something. You know what I mean?